Hi everyone, Alex Wilson here again from the DBT download. Today's mini topic is equanimity. Now, you may or may not have heard this word, equanimity. Basically, what it means is the ability to stay present with very strong emotional shifts and experiences. So, there's a little analogy that I find helpful when thinking about equanimity. And I imagine that I'm in a boat on an ocean, and emotions are the waves, right? And sometimes the waves are just little ripples. Sometimes it's really calm and glass-like. And then sometimes there's a few little ripples. Sometimes the waves are a bit bigger. And sometimes there's a full-on storm and a full-on, tidal waves and huge crashing waves. And here I am in my little boat, kind of trying to ride it out. Equanimity is the ability to stay in your boat, right? To not get tossed out and feel completely overwhelmed, but to recognize that, okay, these are just waves, or this is just a storm. This is something temporary, a temporary experience that will pass, and that this is life, that it is the nature of life, that emotions go up and down, that experiences go up and down, that we are designed as humans to experience the full range of human emotions, from happiness, joy, calm, excitement, all the way through to grief, despair, panic, terror, all of the things. So equanimity is, am I able to stay in my boat as the waves, sometimes the waves, really toss me around, but am I able to just say, I'm just riding these waves, right? Now, equanimity is important in dialectical behavioral therapy because we talk so much about building distress tolerance and we talk so much about building emotion regulation. What these terms are about are it's not about getting rid of emotions. And often people come to therapy because they would like to get rid of painful emotions. And look, if I had a magic wand and I could do it, I probably would. Um, but it's just not possible. And the other problem is that if we get good at numbing emotions, generally, not only do we numb the painful, but we also numb the pleasant. And it's temporary because they will always come back and they'll be more intense. If you've heard me talk about the pain paradox, that's what that tells us. The more I push away pain, the more intense it gets. So with equanimity, what we're trying to do is recognize that emotions will come. And this is part of being human. And it's not about trying to get rid of them. It's about how do I ride the waves without making things worse. Now, in DBT, when we talk about making things worse, we're talking about avoidance behaviors and problem behaviors. So there's so many that we as humans engage in, but they can be things like substance abuse, disordered eating patterns, anger and aggression, isolation and withdrawal, shutting down, self-harm, suicidal behaviors. Anything that kind of scratches the itch in the short term, makes us feel temporarily better, but makes everything worse, we would classify as a problem behavior. And it's really just us as humans trying to get away from feeling distress, feeling discomfort. If we're able to build equanimity, if we're able to build distress tolerance and emotion regulation, what that means is that we don't have to avoid so much. And this is wonderful because then we don't have all the negative consequences of what we do to avoid. Guess what? You still got to feel pain, grief, sadness, all those things, but they are temporary, like waves on the ocean. So if you're struggling with equanimity and you feel like you and your little boat are just getting capsized all over the place, reach out. DBT might be a good fit for you. I'll catch you next time. Bye.